guys, I am Shivani Saxena and welcome to my channel Less for Shivani, a one-stop destination for all your MBA needs. I am preparing a lot of videos to aid you in your placement preparation. You can check them out by clicking on the eye pop-up at the top of the screen. In this particular video, I am going to address one question which has a very high tendency of being asked at the end of the interview. And this question is, do you have any questions for us? Now, first of all, let me clear a misconception that goes behind this particular question, which is in a way identical to the toffee dilemma. So, if you have appeared for a B school process, you might be aware that at the end of the interview, the panelist would offer a toffee. And some people, I read some articles also on Quora saying that if you are offered a toffee, that means you are selected. I got offered a toffee at one of the B schools and I was not selected. तो इस तरह की कोई भी मिसकंसेप्शन अगर माइंड में है कि इंटरव्यूअर ने पूछा डू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस फॉर अस, दैट मीन्स यू आर सिलेक्टेड. It could just be a way to know how much research you have done about the company, or it could also mean that the interview just wants to have a chat with you. It could be anything except that you are hired.
Before that, if you want me to make more of such videos, then like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the bell icon to never miss an update from me.
Now, how do you do some homework about this question? Firstly, go on the website of the company, go on the social media handles of the company, and just have a look at what other things have been happening in past 6 months. And if you really want to nail the company, I'll say download the financial reports and the investor presentation which you can find on the website and go through them. Nothing will give you an in-depth analysis of the company as the financial report. Now, what all things you are expected to know about a company? I have a separate video on that. If you want an in-depth answer of this, make sure you watch that video after you are done with this video. So you should have a broad idea about the business model of the company, about the divisions company has, its international operations, the number of employees the company has and where do they function from, where is the headquarter, what are the product lines the company engages in, what are the top selling products, what are the not so good selling products, what is the latest ad campaign the company has, what is the hashtag they are using if there is any, the tagline of the company, why is the company in news recently, what are some of its CSR activities, and things like this. These you are expected to know. Now, the most important tip or the most important clue about this question. In an ideal scenario, when you enter the room for PI, the panelist first introduces himself or herself. Now, you have to make a mental note of the division the person belongs to. Let's say if the person is a brand manager, then what is the product he handles or she handles, things like that. Now, you need to know that if there is a question which is pertaining to this particular department, division or product, that person will be able to answer that well, and he or she would also appreciate that you are asking a question which he or she is able to answer to the best of their capability. So if you really want to have a nice discussion, it would be better if you ask a question from the division of the person who is sitting with you in the room. At times when it comes to campus placements, a hint is given in the mail which says that so and so people are coming for the pre-placement talk. So if you have the names with you, have a look at the LinkedIn profiles, have a look at the journey. So even if you do not have a question about the, let's say the division exactly, you can ask them to talk about how their journey has been. So we are going to discuss a lot of such questions which you can ask the panelist, but make sure that you do your homework beforehand. Make sure you know about the company. Make sure, if given a chance, you know about the panelist as well. Next important tip, ask open-ended questions. It should not be a question the answer of which will be yes or no. So this, like for you as a student, for you as a beginner, this is a great chance for you to have an insight into what goes on behind the scenes by getting to know the truth, the reality from the person who is himself or herself initiating these changes. So why not ask a question which will open the floor for a discussion wherein the person, the panelist is also contributing and you are also able to tell the panelists that okay, you have read something about this topic and this is what you think about it. So try to make it a two-way kind of interaction. Let it not be a monologue. Let it not be a close-ended question. So now there can be two kind of scenarios. Either you are in the functional round wherein you are asked specific functional knowledge, or you could be in an HR round wherein you are asked behavioral or personality related questions. The question which you should be asking the functional manager and the HR manager are different. So here is a list of questions which you can ask the functional head. So a really good question to open the floor for discussion is how a day looks like in the life of the person who is sitting there in the company. So they can talk a lot of things about their role, what the expectations of his or her boss are, and what they have to do in a day to do justice to their job. Second question which you can ask them is about the training needs. So let's say if you are applying for the role of an area sales manager and you are being interviewed by the territorial manager, you can ask the person that if you are selected for this role, what will be the kind of training you will be going through. So they can talk about their expectations from you, where the gap lies in your resume, and what you can do to fill that gap. Third thing which can open the floor for discussion is you can talk about how the business has been affected by COVID. You should first yourself have an idea about the impact of COVID on the industry, and then you can ask them internally what the company has been doing regarding this particular problem which has come into existence because of COVID. So you can have a discussion on how that particular division is tackling this situation, this new normal. You can also talk about some new launches which the company has announced already. So this usually happens with the automobile sector. If there is any new model which is about to come up, and let's say if you are a bike enthusiast, you can have a whole lot of discussion on what the bike is going to look like, what will be its specification, how will it be different from the previous versions, and things like that. And you can also ask some questions which can make the person think, like what is the best thing about their role? What is that one thing which makes them, come happily on a Monday morning to the job again and again? So things like that, which are also, very emotional for the panelist himself or herself, and which will also give you an insight into the role. And this also shows that how much eager you are to be a part of that company that you're asking such positive questions. And like I said, if you are aware who the panelist is, have a look at the LinkedIn journey and ask questions about their journey, like how they move from X sector to Y sector or X role to Y role, and you can ask them their perspective on, let's say, reskilling, upskilling, self-development, personality development, and things like that. Now, coming to the HR round, if you are stuck in the room with an HR manager, what are the kind of questions you can ask him or her? Firstly, a very good question is about the culture of the organization. You can talk a lot of things about the culture, what the company does to build employee engagement, and other things which the HR might have shown you in the pre-placement talk. You can ask any question on that. Next, you can also ask about the training program that you will be going through. So, for example, if it is a management training program, if you are being hired right after the B school, you can ask them what the program will be like. Will there be a rotation of jobs? Will there not be? Will there be a change of locations, and how they are planning to design it? Also, if you are someone who does a lot of research, you can have a look at the website of the company. A lot of companies have partnerships with foreign universities and they send their employees there for some sort of training for a short period of time. So if you are someone who is interested in that training, you can also ask HR questions around it. So next question which you can ask the HR is around the CSR initiatives. So if there is any particular initiative which you like the most, you can talk about if you as an employee can take part in that and how you can contribute towards that. And lastly, this is a very important question which you can ask, and that is, the interview is now over and this is probably the last question. So you can ask the HR what are the things that you can learn on your own to be able to be better prepared for this kind of role. So here the HR has your resume in front of him or her, and it can actually give you a feedback on the kind of certification courses, kind of webinars or kind of trainings that you should be going through. It shouldn't sound like you are saying that you are unworthy of the role that you are getting, but it should be from more point but it should be from point of view that you are wanting your personal development, and this is the kind of role that you will be looking for in future as well. So how can you be more suitable for this role? And once you are selected, so let's say sometimes the panelists tell you that you are selected for the role. Now what are the kind of questions you can ask in this scenario? So after you are sure that you are going to be selected, you can have a negotiation on the salary. You can talk about your basic expectations, what is the minimum amount you have in your mind. You can also talk about your location preferences. So let's say if you think that you want to be staying in a particular city because your family is there, you can maybe discuss that. Or if there is any work that needs to be done and you want the joining time to be delayed a bit, you can discuss all these things only after you are sure that you are getting the job. And this brings me to the things which you should not ask the HR in any case. First thing, when do you give holidays, or when are there vacations or offs? Personal questions like, do you like working here? Things you are expected to know like, how is the financial performance of the company? Duh, you can have a look at the financial report and not ask this question. Can I do this job as work from home? How much time do I have to wait to get a promotion? Can I bring my pet to work? Do you monitor what I do on my laptop or phone? Will I have to work on weekends? Why is your Glassdoor rating so low? What do you think about the lawsuit your company is currently fighting? And things like these. So in no way you should be sounding a laid back person or a person who likes to poke their nose in businesses of others, or someone who is just here to chillax. So more than what you should do, focus on the kind of questions which you should not ask. I hope that you find this video useful. If you did, then show some love by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. If you have any other questions in your mind which you think I can answer in the form of my video, then let me know about those in the comment section. All the best for your interview, and I am sure you're going to rock it.